night out there jigging spoons and throwing a deep diving jerk bait at times, and so we're wishing them the best.
Yeah, that's right.
And we'll hear from them whenever they get back, I'm sure. Let us know how they're doing. But we're moving right along, and it looks like we got to get this weather turned around.
Yeah.
If it's going to rain, let's rain on Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday and Tuesday or maybe even Wednesday and Thursday. But come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we need beautiful weather.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Sunday for church going, and Friday and Saturday for catching fish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd work.
We're in this slump where on Friday and Saturday it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty through the week, so we got to get that turned around. Look, good Lord help us there. We get that swamped around.
It's hard to get that moonlight through them clouds.
It's hard to get that moonlight through the clouds, Mike. It definitely is that for sure. And then it raining too.
Yeah.
So we'll hopefully that'll get swapped around here for too much longer, and we'll have them nice weekends and get them fish biting good and catch a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it's been a year, a little longer. I mean, a little less than when we was really doing good. North, May, June, and July is real good, and they kind of start slowing down as that water heats up. In August and September, it's a little harder to catch them.
It sure is.
Because they get a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to stay after them. Got some pictures tonight. 3 different folks, I think it is. Jeff Parrott sent us some. Keith Wilcox sent us some, and I got the Irvin boys there. They've got me a picture here too with some largemouth they caught up there and a smallmouth or two, and so we'll hope to get them on the air here in a few minutes. Let me remind you all while we're into it, this Fishing for Missions, the 20th Annual Bass Tournament over there at May the 21st, Canal Ramp, Fort Loudon, Tellico, Safe Light, 3 o'clock. Entry fee is $50. Hosted by New Providence Baptist Church Men's Ministry. Good organization. We fished a couple of those over the years. They're going to have some breakfast served there, donations taken, and then they're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs after the weigh-in, and same thing on donations for that. But we're just glad to get to mention that on the show for these fine folks over there at New Providence Baptist Church. Don't forget that tournament coming up on the May the 21st, for sure. We'll got another tournament flyer here, and we'll get into that here in a few minutes and go from there. Mike, had about 8 minutes of fishing film there that you was going to show?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But you still didn't get on what you was wanting to find out, I don't think.
No.
I mean, was you still out there in deep water or shallow water?
Well, I averaged around 20 foot.
Yeah.
Some of them might have been a little less than that, and some of them a little more. But it was right around that 20-foot mark.
Right. Well, I hope Mike Pennington, I know Keith Wilcox sent some pictures. There's some nice crappie that he caught. I hope Mike Pennington lets us know how this trolling, if that's still the thing to be doing. Mike likes to do that, those small plugs, and when they get on it, that's what old David Simmerly used over on Fort Loudon a few weeks back, trolling around and with those small crankbaits, and you just let the engine do the work. Control the motor one,
Well, that's when I talked to Keith there. That's what he said he was catching his fish on.
Is them small plugs?
trolling,
Yeah.
300 bandit.
Uh-huh. Well, that's all right. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I know old Jackie Wright used to do a lot of that trolling and with them small plugs. Danny Cox, he does the same thing. Just throwing things out there. You know, you may have a couple of 3 rods out, one a little deeper, running a little deeper than the other 2.
Yeah, that's right.
So, that kind of thing. We're already getting a phone call. Are we ready on the line 1? All right. Go ahead, caller.
Well, I guess you're going to talk about me.
Well, I just had a feeling you was listening.
Yeah. I missed it last week. Wasn't able to attend it, but I did run into Jeff in Oak Ridge and talk to him a little while.
Yeah.
It was nice to see him.
Yeah.
I'd say by the end of this month, the crappies will be about moved back out.
Uh-huh. You're thinking like I am. They just now getting in there making their move, ain't they? Most of them.
Yeah, most of them spawned out. Now there's still some that's deep.
Yeah.
But they're pretty much they're ready to lay those eggs and get on out.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good. And is that, Mike? Is that when you do better trolling, like you like to do? Is that really when it gets better for you, or?
No, I really like the springtime when they're really moving up, 6, 8, 10 feet, ready to spawn.
Yeah.
But, once some of them spawns out and moves out, you're going to catch some that's already spawned, some that's not spawned. But last of May, you can just about figure they're going back out to the deep water.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Well, I've just been curious to see what your thought was on that, and maybe Mike can get back on them here.
I've never tried in the summer, but I'm going to try to do some trolling deep water this year for them.
Uh-huh. Well, that sounds good. Feller might get surprised,
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, I do too. I hope so too.
But I will save Mike a catfish or two, though.
Yeah. I heard that. Yeah, he catches a lot of them catfish and stripe and stuff like that, man. When the crappie's not biting good, them things always biting. So,
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to holler at you, tell you I was watching you there.
Well, buddy, we're proud you're watching, and just continue to get things rolling, and hope you get on a mess of fish.
All right, see y'all later.
All right, Mike. Good to hear from you, buddy. All right. Oh. Cut that off.
I think you
All
got
right.
it.
Yeah, I think I got it that time, Mike. All righty. Like I said, we do want to remember that tournament over there on the 21st of May at the canal. We'll keep mentioning that a couple of times here through the show. We got Chandler back there. Chandler, you ready to show those pictures?
That's coming up this weekend, all right?
Yeah. May the 14th, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sure is. Just put whichever one you want to show first, Chandler. All right, I think that's one of Keith Wilcox's, ain't it, Mike?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a nice looking crappie right there. That's a big one. All right, there should be 4 of those pictures there, Chandler. There it is. Got another one. Then he's got a board there. He's got about 6 or 8 on, I think. Got a board. Yeah, there you go. There's 4 dandies right there. Good deal. There he is holding them up. All right, there's the Irwin boys with a bunch of bass that they caught on Norse last weekend. And they got, I see 5 there, looks like. That one there's a pretty good fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're doing good. You guys keep up the good work. We do have something from Jeff Parrott, Chandler. Did he send us? I thought I had something from Jeff. We'll research that and move right along. But do remember our sponsors, folks, and Take a little sponsor break, our Chandler, and come back to us, will you? Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman. All right.
You just gonna start out and then ask me some questions?
Yeah, here we go, folks. We got Travis Williams on the line here. He just called in. They got a tournament coming up this weekend at the canal. Travis, give us a little heads up on what the deal is.
Well, it's CASA of Tennessee Valley, which helps kids go through the court system. We're doing a fundraiser bass tournament. This is the second annual bass tournament that we put on. We're going to guarantee, based on 100 boats, $10,000 first place. We're coming out of the canal ramp on Fort Loudon and Tellico. We're going to allow all boaters to lock through. We've got, last year we had 83 boats, and first place was $8,000, and we paid out right at $18,000 in cash prizes. We're really wanting to get 100 this year. We've got some great donors, sponsors that really helps our kids here locally. Mm-hmm. And we would love for everyone to come out and have a great day fishing.
Buddy, that sounds good. That's a pretty good payback, brother.
It is. I mean, I don't like to say that it's 100% payback, but it's 100% payback.
Yeah.
And you won't find a tournament around that's going to do that in cash. We'll write you a check that day because of our great sponsors and donations, and we're able to do that. So it's I look at it, it's just a super Wildcat tournament.
Yeah.
It's a good deal, and it really helps here locally with some children that need help.
I understand. That's a good cause, brother. Good cause. That's wonderful. And the folks, it says follow us on our Facebook page at CASA of the Tennessee Valley. So you can get a link on that here tonight or tomorrow and figure out what you're going to be on where at the tournaments come Saturday morning.
Yeah. They can register online tonight, tomorrow. If they want to come by the canal ramp tomorrow between 6 and 9, I'll be there to sign them up. If they want to come Saturday morning and sign up, we do not do a late fee. It'll be $225. They can pay the morning of.
Okay. Two persons maximum per boat. And restoration prior to blast off at the canal. If you don't pre-register, it's all the same. Man, it sounds good. I'm glad to get to help promote your tournament, buddy.
We sure do appreciate you.
Yeah, well, you're more than welcome. We want to get it out. Me and Mike may not catch any fish, but we may know some people that does.
I understand that.
All right,
okay,
man.
Well, thank y'all very much. Remember, it's Saturday morning.
All right, buddy. Thank you for letting us mention your tournament, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Hey, if something else comes up, give us a holler and we'll try to do it again.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Travis. Okay, buddy. All right, Mike. That's ain't nothing wrong with that payback,
No, no, man.
huh? I'm afraid you'd have to have a pretty good bag, though.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
I
Been
mean,
so long since I've been over on Fort Loudon Tellico.
oh, I know. Me and you both, shucks, far. Son of a gun.
There's been a few times I've had some good bags over there, but
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, dang. I've had 2 or 3 chances to win some good tournaments over there back years ago, but just barely didn't make it. But I'll never forget that and fall in there. Me and Baxter Underwood was fishing a breeder tournament there and had 22 pound, and I thought, well, we stand a good chance to win this thing. Well, heck no, it took 30-some pound to win.
Yeah.
We was in 10th place. Yeah. So anyway, we'll move right along with that, and wish them the best of luck in their tournament tomorrow for sure, and hope they have their 100 boat quota and more.
yeah.
It's gonna be a nice day there Saturday to fish, so might get a little shower or something, but hopefully they'll have a good turnout. All righty. Let's see here, Mike, what else we got going on? And Chandler, you said we had a little thing from Jeff Parrott. You want to show that? All right, man.
All right, folks, I'm going to get started on this little bank right here. I'm in very shallow water. It's something that I'm not used to crappie fishing in. I generally fish the brush piles, usually fish brush piles or trees that are in at least 25, 30 feet of water. But this was something different, and I think it worked out pretty good. As you can see, this is a pretty good sized crappie here for the area that I'm in, which I'm going to reveal here in just a few minutes. I just wanted to, I really didn't want to talk about where I was fishing, but it's a public area, and you'll get an idea here in a few minutes where I'm at. Anyway, these fish are in at least 2.5, 3 feet of water, and I'm using a float with live bait. The area that I'm fishing in is a non-size limit type for these crappie, but all of these that I'm catching here are all over 10 inches. I think the creel limit is still 15, but these are turning out to be some really good crappie right here. And all of these are going to make a nice fine mess of crappie once I get home and get these cleaned. All right, let's get another one here. Again, these fish that are in this area that I'm fishing are usually fairly small crappie. I'm not a crappie expert by no means. I know that some of the lakes here in East Tennessee, such as Watts Bar, Melton Hill, even parts of the tributaries of North Lake can hold some bigger fish. But these fish are turning out to be really pretty good size, especially for the water that I'm in here. I've never really fished this type of water for crappie, but they're pretty good. I've caught a couple little throwbacks here earlier as I got started, but these are pretty healthy fish. They're all black crappie. They're just a good looking color. They're healthy and they're real aggressive when they are biting. And here in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you where they're staging at and where they're hanging out at and where they're actually biting. Again, they're not in treetops. They're in shallow water, maybe 2.5 feet to 4.5. And the water temperature, I'll show you that here in just a few minutes on the Garmin graph. So I'm having some fun. This is okay. I enjoy this. Hope you are too.
They must be little. He took that one down immediately. I just didn't get a good hook set on him. Right there, it's a good place right there. Gosh, that feels like a bass. I don't think that's a crappie. If it is, he's a hoss. That's a bluegill. Yeah, he hit it too quick. Well, my video ran out, the battery anyway, and I've got a few crappie here. I got Tyler up here with me, and he's caught 2 or 3. He was actually trolling some little dogflies, and I've been catching mine on a live bait, some minnows. So we got some crappie here. Let's see what we got here. Stringer. Pretty good mess there. Actually, pretty decent size for where we're at up here. It's real shallow. Most of the locals that see this, they'll know where I'm at. That's all right. Let's go get another one.
All right, let me show you exactly what I'm fishing here. This is just a shallow bank, and there is milfoil and hydrilla there on the bank just off from the shoreline. And in the next little clip here, we'll get a little closer look at it. That's where the crappie are hanging out at. They're this thick in this. You could almost try to fish straight down and get it. If you had a jig pole, it would probably work okay. But I'm making my cast toward this, and they're coming right out of the grass right there and attacking the live bait, doing it quite well. Okay, here's a quick shot of the graph. I'm sitting in about 4.5 feet of water, and the surface temperature is 73 degrees F. Here's a nice little stringer of fish. All right, that's Tyler Hillis with his stringer of fish, and he fishes out of a Hobie Lynx as well as mine. It's me there with a little stringer going on. These Hobie fish bags here are really good to keep your catch in. And at the end of the day, we ice them down so they're good and fresh when we get home.
All right, folks, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Got a few crappie today. I was going to mow my farm and do all that good stuff, but you know, sometimes you just can't let these crappie wait, so you have to go and try to catch a few of them. Besides, we're going to me and the boys going to get together and going to have us a little fish fry. So figured I'd catch a few. It's no secret. The locals would see this video. They know where I'm at. I'm at Cove Lake State Park, and I'm in my kayak. And you could probably get to these crappie on foot, but some of the little sections I fished you probably couldn't. Anyway, I'm going to pedal back to the ramp and get out, and looks like I got to clean some fish. I think I ended up with maybe 10 keepers. There was a few little throwbacks, but not many. Good looking crappie right here in the month of May. I'm Jeffrey George Parrott. I'm going to get on out of here, and I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.
All right, folks, we're back. Good to see that little episode. I think that's the one that Jeff had last week, but we just didn't have no audio, so I'm glad we came back with it this week and got it all fixed up so Chandler could show it. All righty. I'm going to mention the Reynolds Racing in Marine. Talked to Glenn today. The motor situation for like Mike's got, like I want to get, is just it's gone crazy. It's hard to get the engines, and the boat manufacturers are first on the list, and I don't know. And the price keeps getting higher, Mike.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, Glenn's still on the hunt for me an engine. I'm gonna keep using mine till he finds me one, and which that's okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a good running engine, and that's doesn't bother me to wait a little bit. So anyway, he just got in an 18-foot Express with a padded hull on it. Nice looking rig, he said. So get on his webpage, look that thing over, and I'm going to get him to send me a picture so that I'll have it up for next week's show. But the thing may get gone before then. I don't know.
It's got a motor on it, might be, for sure.
Yeah, it's got an engine on it. It's ready to go. It's lake ready, he said. Sharp looking boat, and it's got that padded hull on it. It'll make it do a lot better, I think, and it's a little smoother ride, plus gets a little better gas mileage, Mike.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a rig, get on his website, look that thing over. If you want to drive down and look at that boat, that'd be really good too. Wanted to mention that, and for sure. All righty, we're going to go to Mike's crappie film, I guess.
It'll be fine.
All right, Chandler, whenever you get ready.
Okay, folks. I just got in here at Caney Creek about 9:30. Looks like 71-degree water. So we're gonna get find out that wind's blowing pretty stiff. Be a little rough. We'll get down here and try them a little bit, see if we can figure out where they're at. Stick with us. Remember the sponsors. Let's go fishing. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a big crappie. Oh, something hit it down there. Oh, here now. Oh, you big rascal. He don't like to have his picture made, I'll tell you that. Won't you jump back in the water? We'll get him in here and see if we can find some more. That's a whole 21 foot deep. I fished about 4 or 5 places about like that. Didn't get a bite off of none of them. All of a sudden, I get a bite off that. So we'll get back at them, try them again. Yeah, there's another big one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Another nice one. Yeah, another nice one. Get that minnow out of there. Right, that's the kind we're looking for. Yeah. We get 2 more minnows on. We'll try that again. There you go. Yeah, another nice crappie. Back in here. About 15 foot deep. Put him in the box. See if we can find another one. Mineral. Alright, folks, I think I got out here a little too deep. I think I got one of them old catfish. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, an old catfish. Yeah, I don't care where you're at on this lake. You get out there, you'll find them. Alright, now. What a slimy mess. Yeah. Try something a little different. Well, come here. Lord, watch him go. Yeah, there's another one. Right. I'd say that's around 20 foot. Try it again. Maybe we can get lucky, as they say. Another one. He thinks he's pretty mean anyway. So we're doing some pulling. Oh, watch that rascal. Come in here. There you go. Now, there we go. Another nice crappie. That makes 5. There's 10 more to go. You'll be close. Check him and see. I don't think he'll make it. We'll check him and see. Hello. Yeah. Ain't gonna get it. Just the way wiggle short. Try it again. See what we got this time. Yeah, ain't nothing. Too little. Too little. Yeah. But get a crappie. Try it again. Folks, I don't know. Felt like a cat, but yeah, that's what it is. Crazy thing, old flathead too. Okay, folks, I finally spooled around and found another one there. 20 foot of water, and he's about 2-3 cranks up off the bottom. So anyway, a nice crappie. We'll put him in there. See if there's another one in there. Okay, folks, it's getting late. Got time to eat some supper, get to the house. We're on the trailer here. We've had a fair day. Still ain't found no crappie up shallow. Everything's been around 20 foot, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. So anyway, we're gonna head on in. Remember the sponsors. Let's go fishing.
All right, Mike. Looked like you had done pretty good. Tell us about it.
Well, wind was blowing to start with, and I figured it was going to get rougher, but it didn't. It kind of started settling down. After it had been down there a while, but the water temperature was right at 70 to 73 degrees was about the warmest I've seen. But the fish that I caught was around 20 foot, more or less. But you'd pull up on a spot and you might catch one or you might catch two, and you could sit there for 2 more hours. And matter of fact, that one place that I stopped on there where I caught them 2 good ones to start with, I come back to that later that evening before I come in, and I fished on it for at least 30 40 minutes there and never got another bite out of it. It just seemed like it'd just be 1 or 2 in there, and you might as well just move on. You know, once you fish a place 10 15 minutes, you might as well just move on, because either they're there or they ain't, you know.
Yeah.
But like I say, I moved in on a couple of places there and throwed the grubs and stuff around under the floaters and everything, and never got the first lick whatsoever. That's, I don't know, 4 or 5 times I've been down there. People keep saying they're catching them up shallow, but I ain't been able to do it. And, except for I fished over the milfoil, behind the milfoil, and front of the milfoil, and everything else. And
Right.
you know, either I'm just got the wrong color grub or something, but I've tried, had 3 rods rigged up, and all 3 of them different rigs and stuff, and never got them. And then I've dropped down and put a little split shot and a minnow on there, you know, and dropping it down in and around them trees and stuff in there, 6 8 foot of water and stuff, and all the way back to the back of them, dropping it in there and just letting it sit there. Never got the first strike, so I went back out deeper again, you know, and caught a couple more. Tried it out there even deeper. I was out there in 38 to 45 foot, never got a strike. Some good stuff, you know.
Well, you know, they are crazy. There ain't no 2 ways about it. it's odd that you know, shucks, usually when you find the crappie, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
But they just didn't want to, you know, catch one or two out of every place, seems like, or that's what you're saying anyway. I don't know what it does. I don't, you know, if it spooks them off, or when you get a couple out of a place, or what happens to them. But they seem to have left you whenever you get, you know, caught a couple out of one place.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get one. That'd be all you can get out of there. You had to move somewhere else.
Yeah.
And sometimes you wouldn't even get one at all. You know, I pushed two or three good spots there that I figured I'd pick up at least a couple more out of it. Never even got a bump whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, all I know to do, tell you, Mike, is keep wetting your hook.
Keep wetting the hook, but that's all you can do.
Yeah. Figure out what's going on. That's a fact.
But now Keith, you know, when I talked to him today, and like I say, he said he was trolling that 300 Bandit and stuff there, and he figured he was getting down about 12, 14 foot or something with it.
If you lay down enough line, it'll keep on getting down.
Now that
Sure.
guy over at, I guess it was Turkey Creek, where Jeff was telling me he went over and done some work for the feller, and said he was catching fish there a few weeks back, or I guess about 3 or 4 weeks back, and he was trolling, and he had a 100 and a 200 and a 300 Bandit that he was trolling behind his boat, and said at times he'd have one on all 3 rods.
Well,
Said in a couple hours he'd have his limit over there, just rolling around with them plugs.
well, he may have been throwing them chartreuse plugs.
Well, they was blue back and chartreuse sided, you know.
Yeah.
You know, all 3 of them. Well, they still catching them on it, I don't know. But,
Well, all right, Mike, you'll just have to stay at it and see if it's see if you can figure them out. Now, you know it's not long till night fishing time. It's here now.
I done put my minnow buckets up. What have you told me?
Yeah, okay, good. I was wondering about that, yeah. Yeah, I'm just now getting my minnows out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
At least they think it's a minnow anyway. All righty. Chandler, go ahead and show that couple of minutes that I had there. All right, folks, there Wes is with her first fish in the boat. And Wes, that looks pretty good.
Not a bad little fish.
Not a bad little fish.
Healthy.
Yeah, buddy. All right, we'll get him back in the water.
All right. Folks, there's Pablo. Nice fish. I don't know if he can keep or not. It'll be dang close.
Yeah, let me see if I can get him unhooked here.
Got him right in the nose.
Got him right in the nose. Oh, what you got, Wes? Let me get a little help right here. A little help. I think that little hook was that stout. Did you? Yeah. Now then, got it around here where I can get the hook out. Oh, I see what the devil is here then. There it is. Where's the line at? I can't find my line. Oh, there it is. It's all around the fish, eh? Oh, yeah. Oh, what you got there, buddy? I'm gonna get you loose here. Put you right back in the water. At least I hope I can. If I can get a hold of the head of that thing, get it up here where I can do something with it now. Oh, yeah, now then. Got it. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Not a bad fish at all.
Bad fish at all right there, Wes. That's pretty good. That
Yeah, hey,
fish
look at the tail on that thing. It's spawning.
Yeah, sure is.
Post spawn female, I guess.
Yeah. All right, back to water she
All
goes.
right, there she goes.
Right 10 inches long.
All right, Papa's got himself a rockfish here on the old jig.
Wesley, I had the son get unhooked.
Hook yourself back.
Hook yourself back. Look at that. All right,
All right.
we'll get him back to water.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
All right, folks. Old Wes has got a good fish here again. Buddy, that's a nice one, Wes.
Yep, healthy fish.
Yeah, sure is. All right, back in the water she goes.
Yep.
All right. Now let's get the meat. All right, we're back. Buddy Mike, if I could hook every fish that I got a bite from as good as I did that first one right there, I'd be tickled to death. Never got that hook out.
You'd break your line.
Huh?
You'd break your line.
Probably would. Bad gun. He had that right in behind that bone up there on top of his mouth there, and I could not get that thing out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of the night fishing, yeah, it's time for them. I mean, this full moon, a lot of shell crackers and that kind of stuff are making their beds, and you get that moon out bright, and this, I'm talking about in there in 10, 12 foot of water or less, you know, they'll have their bed swept out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they just get a little deeper as the water warms up and get a little deeper. So, but anyway, Wesley and I went up there Saturday afternoon. We started out throwing the flukes and a jerk bait. Got on a point there going down the river out of the sea there, and threw that jerk bait over there, and I just had a feeling, sure enough, I had twitched it about twice, and there's a walleye about as long as you arm, just gobbled it up. I said, gosh dang, get the net. And next thing I know, he was up there tail walking, shook that head, threw that jerk bait, and he's gone. And I said, "Dad, gone." So well, then it was gotten dark, and I said, "Okay, Wes, let's step over here on the end of Pilot Island and see if we can catch a fish on the jig." And first cast I made caught one of the little old smallmouth about 10 inches long. We fished on the round there on the point there and caught the rest of them fish, there 4 or 5 that we caught them right there on the Pilot Island, and set the boat in about 15 feet of water, and they was in the 8 to 10 foot deep. So it was, that was the deal.
Yeah.
You know, and I gave up, you know, quit fooling with the smallmouth and the little jig, got my jerk bait back up, and I said, we're going to run up here and hit a few places, and really what we were looking for and doing was, I run up in Bear Hole Bend there, and there's about 3 places there in Bear Hole Bend. It's got like a little bluff line, and you could hear the shad spawning, but there wasn't any activity in them. Now, when them shads up on that bank are spawning, and you cut your engine off and just listen for a minute, if there's fish breaking in there, you can catch them.
Yes, sir.
But the shad was there, but there wasn't anything breaking in them. So I cranked up and run on up another mile or 2 and shut the motor off. And I mean, I got, 15 foot of the bank. Shad was there, but there wasn't any fish breaking in. Cranked up and ran on up on around the bend there and done the same thing. The shad was there, but there wasn't anything breaking in them. So we decided it was time to come home, so we put the boat on the trailer. But I'm just hoping that there's some moon out this coming or Saturday night so that I can find them walleye. And,
Yeah.
That's what I'm wanting to do anyway, and it'll work. I mean, that's just the way they are. But there was some shad activity, in several places, but there just wasn't any fish in them. Now they may have got in later on in the night after we left, but when we were there, there wasn't much going on, but there was some shad breaking and spawning there on the banks, but there wasn't a whole lot of fish. We just didn't hear any fish. You know, when the fish get in there, man, it's just when you shut your big engine off, and you know it right quick.
No, I guarantee you.
You know, and I've had them guys tell me they've caught them on top water and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they're in there feeding on those shad minnows, and you know, they're after them. So anyway, we're hoping to get to go back this weekend and for a little while there Saturday night, and maybe the moon's out good and clear, we can find a few of them walleye and get us a good basket full of them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we'll just have to kind of wait and see what the weather does. All right, take us to a commercial break there, Chandler. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to the local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Hey folks, we're over here at Edgemore Outdoors and got Vance back here. They've got a new selection of, what is this called now, Vance?
This is all queen tackle.
Queen tackle, okay.
It's all tungsten. They got tungsten weights, flipping weights. They got drop shot weights. All the jigs are all tungsten heads. There's flipping jigs, football jigs. There's swim jigs down here too. That's all of it's tungsten. There's shaky heads right here.
Okay,
That's
all tungsten stuff. Well, Vance got my attention with one thing. You can take any jig. Vance, get some of those bills. The chatterbait bills?
These aren't tungsten, but you can take this little chatterbait here and you can make a jig or a swim bait,
any
kind of head.
Throw and put a shaky head on it.
Yep.
Son of a gun. I was just wondering how long that was going to take.
They've got different sizes in the blades there. There's silver, gold, and black.
Silver, gold, and black, different sizes in the blades. And like you said, you can take a white jig that you're flipping and put that dang bill on it, and you got you a chatterbait.
That's right.
Well, I wish me and you had thought of that. Folks, listen, do get by here, Edgemore Outdoors. Just swing around here, look at, gosh, I mean, man, the racks are hanging full of stuff, line, oil, just everything in the world here at Edgemore Outdoors. Jim and his crew would be more than glad to help you find what you need back here on the thing. I mean, it's just, I just hadn't had a chance to get over here. I've been wanting to come by and make a new film, advertisement for Edgemore Outdoors, and we just thankful for their support here over the years, keeping the show going, and it's just row after row of tackle, baits, plastics, crappie stuff, catfish stuff. They've got live bait, reels, rods. I mean, it's just, if you're looking for it, more than likely they have it over here. So do come by, stop in here and visit with Edgemore Outdoors, and I'm pretty sure you'll be satisfied and they can help you find what you need. Good. All right, folks, remember Saturday night at the Grove there with Dudley Evans and his singing crew, and remember them. Remember Edgemore Outdoors there. They got a store full of good stuff, and we had a great time up there the other week with Joe Lee and his program, so we're looking forward to doing that again at some point here before the summer's gone, I guess. And so anyway, be safe. Keep your life jacket around. The water as weather warms up, there's going to be more and more boats on the water, so you want to be more and more cautious and be prepared for the unexpected for sure.
Yeah.
So make sure you got your safety gear and all that good stuff where it needs to be. And Mike, don't forget to register your boat.
Registered.
Register your boat, yeah.
It is registered for 3 years.
Yeah, well, okay. I just wanted to remind you, make sure you know you hadn't forgot it. Because I forgot mine last year.
Well, yeah,
And I was 2 months over that. I just happened to think, I said, Dad, I hadn't even registered my boat. And just a good thing I didn't get checked.
That's right.
Yeah,
You
so-
want to make sure if anybody's operating them boats, they've got their license to do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's I forgot what year that was. Anything?
89.
80, is it 89? Yeah. You have to have the boater, of course. You have to operate the boat. All right. If you're born after 89, you got to have that. It'd be a jet ski, a runabout, a bass boat, whatever, anything that's under power, you got to have that course.
That's right.
You can find that out at your local post office. I think it is.
Website, TWRA.
TWRA, yeah. They got a good program. Log in, you practice, because you got to take a test.
That's right.
All righty. God bless you all, and we'll see you next week.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water.